Okay, folks, listen, when you talk about spaghetti, you gotta put my name in that bucket, right? So today I'm finna show you how to make, some people call it $1 million spaghetti. I'm gonna just call this the best over-the-top, flavorful spaghetti ever. Let's get it. Okay, so look, these are the ingredients. Please don't let the lack of ingredients let you think that this is not over the top. This right here will be so flavorful. It's what we do, how we prep our noodles, and all of that. And don't forget, the full ingredient list is on my website. That's Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com. Okay, so we done got our noodles. I got them in the colander already, stop the cooking process, hit them with that cold water, per they al dente, per the instructions on the box, right? So now I'm adding a little bit of, extra virgin olive oil, even though I am starting off with 80-20 ground beef. We finna go ahead and put this in here. Got this nice and hot. Let's drop this in. All right, so just a little bit of a heads up. I'm using my meat masher. These are hex-clad pots and pans that I use. Either that or I use cast iron, right? The reason I'm bringing it up is because if you guys are using like non-stick pans or whatever, you wanna make sure you don't use no metal utensils inside of that, because you don't wanna scrape off none of that non-stick material. You know what I mean? That might be the thing that's causing cancer, you know what I mean? So you want to get the right tool for the job. All right, so now, once you got it all ground, look at that right there. That's what this meat masher does. It turns them little squiggly lines, into like real true ground beef, right? So now you want to add, some Italian seasoning right here. I'll put in about a tablespoon. Might look like a lot, but not a lot is coming out. Now I just give this just a pinch of salt. Now don't forget, folks, salt is just an enhancement to whatever seasoning you put in there, or any flavor that's in there, even the protein that has a flavor to it. That's what it's supposed to be used for. Okay, so now we're gonna add our marinara. We're just gonna kind of heat it up, and get this to marry along with it. Now this right here, this particular brand right here, I love it. It's made with 100% of extra virgin olive oil. Right, so now we just start adding this in here. Right, now I'm gonna do that old school trick. You remember when we used to add just a little bit of water? Let's do it. Okay, so now you want to get yourself a bowl, right? And we're gonna mix our cottage cheese, our cream cheese, and our sour cream, right? When it comes to, working with that Philadelphia cream cheese, I'm gonna say this, make sure it's soft, because if you don't, this is where you're gonna work extra hard, right? So now, when it comes to the sour cream, we're gonna mix this up. There's always some separation when it comes to sour cream. And now we just add about 8 ounces, which is about a cup of cottage cheese. And then we just whisk it all together. Remember, that cream cheese need to be at room temperature. All right, so now you want to get your casserole dish, right? It's up to you guys how you want to do it. I'm doing it old school, just for nostalgia reasons, right? I remember my grandma used to take butter. I don't even know if she ever even used, she might not even know what that is, as far as like a non-stick spray. That's what I use. All right, now that we preheating the oven, we already greased, our casserole dish. Now, you remember we did our noodles, our spaghetti noodles, I better say that. You know what I mean? So now you just want to put a base down here on the bottom. Now that depends on how much you did. Usually I like to do half of the noodles that I have, right? And to be honest with you, I make this way, but my favorite pasta noodle is angel hair. You guys let me know down in the comment section below. Do you guys, when you have spaghetti, do you like to have it this way, with the regular size spaghetti, or do you want to have it, angel hair? You guys let me know. Now, once you have that there, once it's coated the bottom right there, you just got like a little thin layer. Now I can take some of this out, because we're gonna need some for that top too. You don't want to get it too thick. Right, so this should be good right here. Now you want to take your cottage cheese, mixture, and what you want to do is spread this over the top evenly. Remember, room temperature makes everything just work, because now we got to spread this. Now you guys will see what I'm talking about when I say when it's, at room temperature. Look how easy this is spreading, right? Just want to get it coated all over. If you put it on too thick in some areas, just take your spatula and run this along just like this. Now, once you got it, evenly spread throughout, I'm gonna take a little bit of this Italian blend. Now, Italian blend usually has 6 cheeses. I'm gonna let you guys know that I went ahead and added another cheese to it. You guys can just stay with the Italian blend or add a little bit of, I put a mild shredded, cheddar in here also. That's where you're getting the yellow from, right? So I just add like a little bit of a layer right here, And then we're gonna take the rest of our pasta and put this right on top. Now I know some of y'all like, well, damn, when is he gonna put that meat mixture in there? Don't worry, it's coming. But this right here is what I would like to see you guys make. And please come back and talk to me and tell me, what do you think, right? How do you make yours? I done made it all kind of ways, but this right here, this is becoming more of like a favorite of mine. Now, this is where we start leveling up things with a little bit of flavor, right? Well, let me just say this, a little more flavor. Now we finna put pads of butter, right here on top of these noodles. That's right. I know y'all thinking like right now, you're like, yeah, I see where this dude is going, right? So we just put, how many ever you want to put on there. I don't put them on there like that, but you'll see. All right, and then after that, now we come with the meat mixture, right? So we just add this right here on top. I try to like spread it as evenly as possible because I want to get in there and then move it around with this spatula, so. And then I want to get it all, right? Now you take that spatula, and you move this around. You just want to get it as coated as possible, right? Look at this right here. Don't worry about that butter. So once we get it inside that oven, it's getting ready to, melt, drop down on them lower levels. Now, last but not least, go ahead and get this blend right. Now we just add cheese right on here over the top, right? Because we want it to be cheesy. Now, I want everybody to talk to me down in the comment section below and tell me, do you make yours like this or do you make spaghetti and then just stick it in the oven, to finish cooking? And then tell me, is spaghetti better the first day or is it better the next day? All right, so this is it right here. Now listen, we're not gonna cover this. We're gonna put it in the oven at our 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna stick it in there and we're gonna check on it in 30 minutes. All right, so this is what it looked like. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take my little Parmesan, I'm gonna grate me some over the top and just kind of like let that melt in here, on top of it, right? Now you guys see it, look, after we put that Parmesan on top, just gives it that, pop of flavor. I don't wanna over talk it, I'm finna get into this and just eat it, but I want you guys to taste it. Make this, taste it, and come back and let's talk about it. There's a couple of other things we could add to this to make it, nice. Oh man, cheese, some of this spaghetti. You know what I mean? Look at that right there. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this just so it's not so sloppy, right? We about to lose my cheese. But you see that right there, folks? Cheers, y'all. All right, so listen, it's fire, and please don't let the lack of ingredients get you food, right? I know some of you guys say you don't do cottage cheese, but if you don't do cottage cheese, I don't do cottage cheese either, but when I make this, I make sure I got the cottage cheese. It's a combination of everything together that makes for it to be just super good. Now, with that being said, listen, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there is a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And with that being said, folks, I'm about to eat, y'all. I'm out. Peace.